Platforms will sell you on gamification, certificates, drip content, but what they don't tell you is that none of that matters if your course design sucks. I'm Dr. Catrina Mitchum, and I've been designing and redesigning courses online since 2009. So all of those things that they like to sell you are what I like to call the bells and whistles trap. And if you want a longer series on course platforms, you can go check out that playlist. But really what this means is that they create these shiny features to distract you from the fundamental design problems that their platforms have. None of these platforms have been designed for how people actually learn, right? So they want to add a leaderboard, and that won't fix unclear goals, missing scaffolding. It won't fix a platform that is only designed to host video and a downloadable. They are trying to solve the wrong problem. And if you fall into the bells and whistles trap, you're trying to solve the wrong problem too. Gamification works beautifully, but only if at its core there is solid learning design. If you have all of these bells and whistles and you're trying to gamify crap, then you're just making a bad course more complicated. People won't actually get results from it. And platforms are set up for this, right? Because the people that have platforms prioritize things that are different from what learners actually need. They're going to prioritize things that are marketable to you because you're the one that's going to be buying it so that you can build your course, right? So they're trying to differentiate themselves from their competitors with upsells or gamification or the things that look and feel like they make something fancy or they make a course good. But what learners need is a clear path to the goal, activities that actually create results, and content that is easy to navigate, understand, and apply to the actual activities that you're giving them. And these things rarely align with each other. And that often means that these all-in-one solutions tend to be mediocre at everything, in part because they didn't start out as something designed for learning. They started out as something else and then added we'll put a course space on here. Or if it was designed for learning, it wasn't designed by someone who knows how adults learn online. So a platform that tries to be course hosting, email, community, scheduling, payments, never quite checks all of the boxes that you need for, number one, any of those things, but number two, especially for courses. Each feature is less robust and less built for the task at hand than more dedicated tools. So you end up paying for features that you don't need, and the ones that you do need aren't as developed as you need. But I get it. You may already be paying for an all-in-one and they just added a course platform. There are ways around that. If you want to talk about it, there's a link in the description for a free 15-minute consult. But what features actually matter? Number one, does it fit the way you want your course designed? Now, the answer to that is probably no. But you should be creating a list of the things that your course actually needs in order to be able to work the way that you want the experience to happen. After that, it should be easy to navigate. It should have a student-friendly interface. It should be stable, which not something I thought I'd have to add in this day and age, but there are a lot of programs that I've heard about lately having some serious bugs, and those bugs are going on for longer than I would expect in 2025. You also want to make sure that it has room for you to make your course accessible. Some platforms do have an auto captioning feature. If it's not letting you change the captions, then don't use it. Half the time, that feature is just so they can say that they're ADA compliant. But even the best AI speech to text that I've used always messes things up. Okay, so how do you do that first thing? How do you make that list for yourself to know what's going to fit your course? The first thing you're going to do is go look at your course map. If you don't know what a course map is, I do have a video for that, so go check it out. But you're going to look at your course map to see what are students actually doing in your course, right? That should be where you start. List out the things that they are doing. Then you're going to match the platform to the activities. So If one of the things that you're having them do is take a quiz, then yes, you should be looking for a platform that has quizzes. If you're not having them take a quiz, or you're unsure, or you're like, maybe I should add that down the line, don't worry about quizzes as a feature. You're then going to ignore the features you don't need right now. Unless you know that when you build this out, it's going to be something you need, right? So maybe it's not based on an activity, but you do know that you're building a community piece to this. So that would be, even though it's not an activity, it is something that you are including as part of the course. And so you do want to make sure that you have a community space that is working for you. My community space in my membership is not working for me right now, and so we're moving. Sometimes you don't know until you get in there, but if you don't think you're going to need it in the next 3 to 6 months, ignore it. And then you need to test the user experience. So not just the creator dashboard, right? So what you see as the course creator is different from what they're going to experience. So if you don't have multiple email addresses, like some people, then make one up. Go to Gmail, create a fake email account. Well, it's not fake, it's real. But you can even call it student1 at, and then whatever, Gmail or whatever your domain is, and use that to then go log in as a student. Add yourself to the course and then go see what that experience is. That will tell you a lot in terms of being able to get on, to navigate, to onboard properly. You should be able to do that in any of the, the free 2 weeks or whatever that a lot of platforms offer. And this platform decision needs to come after you know what you're teaching. And that's why I had the reference to the course map. Again, if you haven't watched that video, you can go watch it now, because you need to know who you're teaching, what transformation or what change or what results are you creating in this learning experience, and what activities are getting them there. So you need to have a pretty solid idea of what your course is going to look like. It doesn't have to be built clearly, but you need to know what it's going to look like. And then you can evaluate what platform is going to help me help them do the thing. Because if you choose a platform first, that platform is going to dictate what your teaching strategy is, and that's backwards. Again, I understand sometimes you are already paying for something. So if you're in that boat, or if you want a little guidance on choosing a technology that fits your course, I do have a free 15-minute consultation. It is linked in the description. That way you can focus on what you need and then go find the platform that fits. In next week's video, I'm going to talk about using AI to build courses. If it's not there, it'll be there next week.